What's up, everybody? Welcome back. My name is Vipin. Again, I own Lumina Homes and Lumina Roofing and Exteriors right here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So today's video is going to be on attic rain. So let's hop right into it. I'll have a supplemental document as well going up on the left or the right here. So pretty much we're going to be talking about attic rain today. And I'm going to break down exactly what attic rain is, why Calgary is especially vulnerable to it, and the 3 things you need to have in place to protect your home. So let's get right into it. So attic rain is condensation that forms inside your attic when warm, moist air from your living space rises and meets the cold underside of your roof sheeting. The result is water droplets and over time, serious damage. So the air floats up and finds its way into your attic from your warm living cavity. And that's where Calgary's climate creates the perfect storm. Outside it's freezing -20, -30 degrees, so the underside of that roof sheeting is ice cold. So when warm air meets this cold surface, essentially you get condensation. So over the span of a Calgary winter, you get moisture buildup, mold growth, wood rot, and damaged insulation. And by the time you see water stains on your ceiling, the damage has already been happening for months. So you might ask yourself, why is this happening in Calgary and why is it such a big issue? And it's mainly because Calgary's weather is brutal on attics, specifically because of temperature swings. You can go from -25 in one night to +5 2 days later. The constant freezing and thawing cycles accelerate the moisture problem inside your attic more than any other city in Canada. So, with that being said, you also add Chinooks into the mix. We have warm winds that suddenly push temperatures up, and you've got rapid condensation cycles happening over and over through the winter. This is why attic rain is so common here, and why preventing it is something that every Calgary homeowner needs to take seriously. Okay, so I'm going to give you 3 fixes for your attic rain problems. So fix number 1 is proper attic ventilation. So the goal of attic ventilation is simple: to keep cold, dry outside air flowing through the attic so the warm, moist air can't just sit there and condense. You need intake vents down at the soffit, so that's the bottom part. When you're on the outside of your house, you look at that 2 feet overhang that goes all the way around your house, and you might have vented or unvented soffits depending on how close you are, if you have like a 0 lot line or a conventional lot, or how close you are to your neighbors, if you're in an infill, etc., etc. But essentially, those soffits and the exhaust vents up at the ridge work together to create a natural airflow. So it's cold air at the bottom that comes in, and then it goes up to the ridge vents or the box vents that you see up on your roof, and it mixes in with the hot air that rises up from your house. That way, your attic stays at a temperature that doesn't cause attic rain. So without this, your attic becomes a moisture trap. With it, air keeps moving and condensation doesn't get a chance to build up. So that's tip number 1. Add more ventilation. Do you have ventilation issues? Is it the soffits or is it the ridge vents? Or if it's box vents that you need to add on there. So here are signs that your ventilation may be insufficient. Number 1 is you have ice dams forming along the roof line in winter. If you have frost visible on your rafters or sheeting, so lift up your attic hatch and just take a look up at the sheeting. Number 3, if there's a musky smell when you enter the attic. And then number 4, if your insulation is wet or matted down. Number 2, adding attic insulation. So insulation acts as a thermal barrier. It's its job to keep warm air in your living space and prevent it from sneaking up into the cold attic above. Also about separating the air between both of the spaces, right? Your living cavity and your attic. So think of it as a barrier. Properly installed insulation holds the heat below inside the living space where it belongs, instead of letting it drift upward and hit that cold roof sheeting. So if your insulation is old, thin, or poorly installed, warm air is bypassing it constantly, and that's a major contributor to attic rain. So top up on your attic insulation. So the National Building Code recommends a minimum of R50 for attic insulation in Calgary's climate zone. Many older Calgary homes fall well below this. Check your attic insulation, right? You can use a tape measure to see how many inches of attic insulation you have up in your cavity. So here are some warning signs that attic insulation is an issue. If you have cold spots on your ceiling in winter, if you have high heating bills despite a working furnace, if your insulation is visibly thin, compressed, or wet. On to fix number 3. So fix number 3 is to seal all air leaks. Even with good insulation, warm air will find the path of least resistance. Pot lights, bathroom exhaust fans, attic hatch openings, plumbing stack penetrations, these are all common air leakage points. Sealing these gaps is critical. It's not glamorous work, but it makes a huge difference. A proper inspection identifies every entry point and gets them sealed off so your attic stays dry. So like a very common example of this that we run into is when you have your bathroom fans or like a kitchen fan, and maybe if the hose isn't connected properly, that hot humid air is just blowing right into your attic cavity. So that's a very common one that we run into. So sealing these gaps is critical. Like, there are common leak points. You have your attic access hatch, you have your plumbing stack penetrations, wiring and electrical penetrations, chimney gaps and chases, pot lights, recessed lighting, bathroom exhaust fans. That's probably the number one issue that we do see with these. So attic rain prevention isn't a single fix. It's all three of these systems working together. If you miss any one, you're still at risk. So here's a diagram of the complete attic rain prevention system. So you have your circulating air, you have your cold air coming in, mixing in with the hot air, making it outside of your vents. That's system number one. System number two is your insulation, which splits the living cavities and makes sure that there's not a lot of hot air going upwards. And then obviously number three, that's really critical and important, is that all of your gaps are sealed. And there's a little checklist that I have as part of this document as well. You can screenshot it or just zoom in on your phone, whatever you're using, and you can check off exactly what issues you're having. Pretty much get all three of these systems right and your attic stays dry all winter, your roof lasts longer, and you avoid mold, rot, and expensive repairs down the road. If you're not sure if your attic is properly ventilated or insulated, the best thing you can do is get it looked at, especially during this season when we're going to be having our Chinooks. At Lumina Roofing and Exteriors and Lumina Homes, we do full attic inspections for Calgary homeowners. We'll tell you exactly what's going up on there and what needs to be done. So contact us at 587-717-1769. Check out our website at luminahomes.ca or send us an email at info@luminahomes.ca. So if this video helped you out, drop a like, subscribe for more Calgary homeowner tips, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.